Alright. Alright. Finally, we are back. We're back. Let's go. It's been a bit, guys. Hello. Um, Unfortunately, we didn't have service, so. Very surprised. Yeah, crap. It's not good. Well, chat. That's not what I like to see. We have not gotten one Instacart. Oop. Sorry. Old lady. She's trying to get to her car. That lady. It's like right as we try to pull out. No one's been there for the longest time either. A lot of people today getting some groceries. We were sitting at a Big Y, trying to see if we can get an Instacart order, but it doesn't look too fresh. Come on. Yeah. We gotta start letting pedestrians go. Go ahead, sir. Okay. Alright. Bro, no one does that nowadays. You know, it's really a bad thing. This guy turning. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thanks. All right. Bridgewater County Fair is coming up too. I kind of liked it with this low key. Like this is like kind of like vlog type shit, you know. But we're supposed to be doing fishing marathon. It's supposed to be based for fishing, but right now we have to take a pause. Gas is getting low, and at the moment we gotta wait till we get paid, which is in like a couple days. Instacart, nothing's coming up. I'm actually very surprised. I never have this issue. I'm actually kind of shocked. Really am. Normally, I'll be honest. Normally, Instacart, especially on Tuesdays, good. Shit, man. I will be honest. Maybe we'll walk to the Hoosie spot for my house. I'm just like thinking anything that could possibly save us some money. Probably that. Desperate times. And that is a fact, man. Desperate times indeed. Unfortunately, right now we need money before we continue this marathon. So right now we are unfortunately I gotta say this, we gotta go on a hold until something comes up. If I see an Instacart come up in my house, we'll do it quick. We'll get right back to it. Right now, until then, there's nothing we can really do. It's kind of a done deal. So, until further notice. I'm thinking we're gonna prime some fishing poles maybe, because I still want to keep it in the fishing marathon theme. You know what I mean? I don't want to turn this into like a get ready with me. This is what I do all day type of thing. Like gotta keep it kind of going. By the way, I'm pretty sure I get paid tomorrow. Sometimes it comes in tomorrow. If not, we get paid Thursday as the latest. I'm praying for tomorrow, bro, so we can get right back into it. Today might just have to be a relining day. This kind of sucks, but what are you gonna do, man? You know, it's all good. We're chilling, and either way, we have to be back home. One thing that I forgot today that I made sure I set my alarm and everything. I do have a virtual interview. The new company I'm going to be working with for landscaping and shit. So pretty much I have to be home regardless at 2:00. So I mean, I think after 2 we might take a little walk down in the Hoosie. The Hoosie has smallmouth bass. All right. If we want to try to at least get one off the list, even in the break, I think that's probably our best bet. It's kind of, we're in a hard position, to be honest with you. It sucks. I want to do this, and we're obviously gonna continue it regardless. Once we get paid, like we're gonna get this shit done. But it is what it is, man. Unfortunately, with like life scenarios, someone pulled my pockets a little too far, so we're just trying to recover. And it's not, listen, I'm going to say one thing. Recovering is not easy. That's why we're getting a second job right now, because she fucked me over completely. So, unfortunately, this card just came up. Of course, 25 as we left. Screw you. Look, we're looking for 40 plus. If we can get a $40 order, we're good. That's what I'm looking for. If we're gonna come out, that's what we're going for. I need a full tank of gas, so we're aiming only for that. Speaking of which, nope, that's my dad. Anyway, regardless of everything, unfortunately, thought this woman was the one. Got her a $800 promise ring. I've been putting that in my notes, Instagram and stuff. And I guess her family is in pretty need of money. They lit very quick. So, it's something I don't get. I'll rant for a second because this is just, to me, it's just kind of ridiculous. It's crazy because it's like, I don't mind spending on people. I really don't. And that's the problem. I spend on the wrong people, but I have no issue with, paying for something, for somebody, but at the time I thought there's something behind it. I ran into that problem probably 99% of the time. People are like, oh yeah, well, don't you think you're the problem? I never said I wasn't. There's things that I do that I can obviously be better on. There's a lot that I can list that I did that I'm not proud of. We've been going to church. We've been trying to just reposition our mind. And honestly, every error that I noticed in myself, I've proved to those same women change. I proved it. I will say, there's a couple categories that I was still bumpy on. All right. I mean, there's never going to be perfect, but I changed in a lot of things that they point out. Right. I try. I mean, if you really love somebody and you really want a future with them, you're going to try regardless, that's the only way a relationship works, So anyway, so I tried, same words I'm trying to say is I tried. And it turns out when I tried, I kind of dove in a little too deep, I gave in and, about this person, I'm pretty confident, I was in love, man, I'm pretty confident on this individual. Her mom started getting a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, about the money stuff, because I know their family wasn't the wealthiest, and she didn't have a job anymore at the time. The mom was already struggling as it is, so they used me as kind of an opportunity. It's just kind of, God sees that, man. They're big into religion, but God saw that. That's all I gotta say. It's just messed up. Stealing from someone, practically. Anyway, literally, the night that everything, I drew my line, was her mom. Her mom didn't want to take care of her kids. I mean, it's straightforward, The problem with her, and I'll be completely honest, all right, it was her mom. Her mom put a lot of these weights on her, and but the issue with her was she wanted to listen to her every single step. She pictured living with her mom, for the rest of her life. I get that, all right, but this is where we talk about independence. This is where we talk about growing, I get it. I love my mom to death too, man, but there's a time in life where you gotta let go. You gotta move on. You gotta, your mom's always going to be in your life. You can always visit, you can always see her. That never changes. All right, but living, man, this is something I wasn't going to agree with, especially, when you want to start a future with somebody. I don't think, it's just kind of my eyes, personally. Anyway, so her mom threw all these responsibilities on my back, drive my kid to this appointment, drive him there, take him to the gym, all this stuff, man. By the way, I'm already trying to fight to make enough money for them, right? So her mom makes a big deal. She's like, you should be taking Ann all the time on dates, all this stuff. By the way, I mean, I kind of name dropped just now, but I mean, it's not really a hidden book anymore. Unfortunately, it's kind of obvious. So, but yeah, she's like, you gotta do everything for my kid. You gotta take her everywhere. I didn't mind driving, dude, but when you kind of like just be disrespectful about it and like, you know, I hate to say it, but I started asking for gas money because I'm already fighting to financially stable myself, right? I'm not no billionaire. I'm not no millionaire. If I was a millionaire, yeah, probably wouldn't give a crap. All right, I'm just a normal guy trying to live his life, and trying to survive off of paychecks. I have bills I gotta pay. I pay $700 in bills every single month. You know how much that takes out of a normal paycheck. I mean, it's a lot of money. Plus, having a girlfriend, $100 dates, like she would ask for, it's not cheap. All right. Plus the fucking ring, plus I bought her a bag, a Gucci bag, $350 for her birthday. It's just all I gotta say is it's just fucked up, man. It's just it shows I spent so much on this woman, and then to have the audacity. Hold on, let me see. $34 for all these. Fuck, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. How much money do we have? Yeah, it's still not enough. Just a little bit more. Shit. That's a kick in my nuts. Anyway, back to what I was saying with the story, right? So I don't mind driving. I don't mind spending on someone. All right, but when you point in my face and say you have to do this, or if you don't, I'm not gonna like you the same. Like straight up. I mean, she was bold about it. I mean, she was like, if you don't do this for my daughter, then I don't really support you guys being together. How does that make sense? So if I don't take care of your kids, then you're gonna dislike me. That makes a lot of sense. I'm not no dad. I mean, I don't mind helping, but that's also not my responsibility. So, respectfully. So, bottom line is, right? I freaking spend so much money, and this mom straight up pulled all this time from me. She was just like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this. And I guess what? You wanna know the funniest part? I didn't say no. I fucking did it. I took them to their appointments. I actually did what she wanted the whole time, right? To literally a point where I got out of work. This is the story, full story, by the way, starting now. All right, we're talking 10 o'clock at night. All right, I'm dead ass. I got out of work. I went to their house. The mom asked me. She was like, "Hey, do you want to go to the gym with us? I'm planning on taking them to the gym. We're all gonna go. You don't have to." I was like, "I'm tired. Like, I don't mind going. I'm just not gonna work out." Everything was good. She was like, "Yeah, that's fine." Because I mean, when you're just bumped out of work, you're just exhausted. Obviously, you don't really want to do much. I was thinking about sleep most importantly, but I still took time to go out and see them, and obviously go to the gym with them, spend some time. So literally, I would say, and this was at 9. Okay, so 9 o'clock, I got to their house. Correct. So I got to their house. It's 9 o'clock at night. All right. The gym closes at 11. All right. I sat in their house at their dining table for an hour. Like, oh, just like waiting. Like, where are we going to go? 10 o'clock comes around. Mom looks at me. She says, well, she goes, I don't feel like it no more. Can you take them to the gym? I was like, wait, what? So, like, it turns into me being the driver now. I didn't say this to her, obviously. I was just like, oh, okay. Like, kind of like a little bit annoyed because it's like, last second, and then she was like, she always adds the comment, like, if I don't, then she would be disappointed. Like, I get it, you want me to, like, last second do favors for you, but if you're gonna add, like, a dumbass comment, like, I'm not gonna like you no more, or something like that, it's just, like, to me, that's just so toxic, like, in a mother, So, anyway, I took him to the gym, And I asked, obviously, and I said, hey, can we talk? Because I wanted to talk to her. Because obviously something was off. There was a connection that just wasn't connected. I was upset. So, obviously her little brother, he went to the gym. He started his workout. I was like, all right, hey, I just need to talk to you. I expressed to her about the how I've been feeling. I just feel like I've been being used, like with when it comes to just rides and just doing things like that. And it's like I haven't had enough time for myself. I tried advocating this to her. She looked at me dead in my face, says, well, that's your job. She was like, well, as the boyfriend, you have to do this. Like that's just a basic requirement. I look at her, I'm like, damn, okay. Um, kind of like, wow, just went kind of quiet. Um, and then she made a comment saying like, oh, I don't think you even like me. Because like you just don't really want to spend time with me and my family. I'm like, it's not that. It's basically me also caring about myself. Like a part of valuing yourself is like, you gotta make enough money to make yourself happy. What makes me happy is if I can survive. If I survive, I'm happy, right? Common sense. So anyway, yeah, so I told her that straight up. So then she started just going on. She was just like, well, this is your job. If you don't want this relationship, just say it. And then she pulled up. I at this point I was like this. I was just like head on the wheel. I was done. I was so like, bro, I was like fed up so much. I was just drained. I was mentally just like done. So I'm like here. I wanted to sleep. So I'm like this. And then, just trying to like ignore her because like, when someone's just worked up, you just were like, yeah, just back off a little bit. That's kind of the thought, right? She turns around and says, well, there's a lot of things that you didn't do that my ex did, and he does better in these certain categories. Like when it comes to like driving and hanging out with me, he actually wanted to. I looked at her. I was like, I looked at her. I was like, please get out of my car. That completely shattered me. All right, pulling up the X card to use against me. Okay. By the way, her ex abused her. She proved the evidence. Okay, there was a whole thing. Her ex was very abusive. I mean, verbally, physically. Um, she proved her obviously that he was. You know, I've seen what the guy said, and the fact that you're gonna say he does better in certain categories, like that is just like a kick to my nuts, dude. After I'm doing all this, so of course I said, please get out of my car. I even said please. Even with the amount of just frustration and sadness I had, I still was respectful about it. And what I did, gear, went home, right? At the time, she also mentioned that her mom was gonna pick her up. So I was driving her there, and she's and like at the time she was like, yeah, well, like my mom can pick me up, um, obviously, so you don't have to stay, so you can go and get your sleep because I worked 7 a.m. in the morning. She knew this, so she was like, you could just go home, get sleep as long as you just drop us off. So again, I went home, and then the mom starts tweaking. She calls me and she's like, how dare you? You're a disgrace. You just left my kids at Planet Fitness. I was like, whoa. I was like, first of all, I was on the same page that I was dropping your kids off so I can go home. And I was like, not to mention I have a shift like at 7. Like I need to go to sleep. She's like, no, come back to Planet Fitness now and pick up my kids. I was like, you're not telling me what to do. That was where I drew the line. I was like, you're not telling me what to do. All right, I'm not an Uber. All right, and I'm not their parents. I was like, I don't mind doing favors, but this has gotten out of hand, is what I said to her, right? So then, a little after the whole thing, I get a text. Straight up, I want to break up. No explanation, nothing. Right as I tried saying, hey, why? She kind of just like, she starts going off. She's like, you left us, you stranded us. I was like, no, I didn't. I tried defending myself. I'm like, I never stranded you. Okay. I was on the impression that your mom was coming to get you. If the plan changed, that's not on me. All right. You know, the mom, she said, oh, my mom didn't feel good. By the way, the mom was she was watching TV. She was fine. She was not sick. I mean, I saw her. She just was lazy. She didn't want to do it. Okay. Bottom line is, your mom was not sick. Your mom was perfectly fine to pick you guys up. I don't see why that was ever an issue. So it went from that to literally her just straight up going, I want to break up. At this time, I'm like fucking stabbed, because it's like, dude, I just did all this shit. On top of this, I spent all these hours, spent all this time, got her a damn ring. It's a fucking promise ring that costed $800, right? So this is where things get really good, right? So as I'm trying to, I want to talk to her in person. She blocks me. I'm like, wow, all right, just block me then, right? So then I get a notification on a listing from her mom on Facebook. So her mom didn't add me on Facebook yet. And I see tell me why I see motherfucking promise ring, right? I see my promise ring and I see $1,000. She sold the promise ring for $1,000 on Facebook Marketplace. So she not only cut me off, right? Her mom went right to the point to get that money. Because she, you know, obviously they see an opportunity for a blessing, of course, you know, so, of course. So the best part about it is when I try contacting Anne about, like, hey, why is your mom selling the ring? Like, can I at least have it back, you know, like, because, you know, I kind of bought it for you. It's kind of fucked up. All right, I try texting her on a different number because I just want to know. I want answers, you know, like, you can't just, like, and it wasn't because I was trying to be obsessive or, like, crazy. I was just trying to get an answer, right? I get a call from the New Milford Police Department. Tell me why. She immediately pulled the harassment card because I texted her once on an alt number. So she pulled a harassment card, so I can't communicate with her. All right. So this promise ring is done now. I mean, it's fucking their property. They already sold it. I see the listing's gone. I mean, unless the mom unadded me, I don't even know. It looks like they sold it. It's just, it fucking sucks. Not only you just pulled $1,000, you played me, right in my face. Also, the Gucci bag, also she's selling. Everything I gave her, she's getting $1.5K just from me. All right. And what's crazy about it is I was fighting to stay financially in check. And right now, the reason we can't even we can't move forward right now is because of her. Because my pockets are gone. Gang, she fucked, like, this was recent, you know, she totally greased me. She pulled everything out of me.